Now we're going to look at how to make number text formats in Excel. Now making text formats makes the program present data the way we want it. For example, if you want numbers are presented that way. If you want dates, the information is presented that way. Now with the under the home tab, this is where we have the category of number formats. Number formats or text formats where we can have general format. This means any text goes, whether number, letter, or symbol. We can have strictly numbers. We can have currency, accounting formats. We can have date formats, time, etc. Now this is how we prepare these cells to arrange the kind of information that we want. So I'm going to choose column A to be general, meaning here I can just type it there, anything I want. I can type the first cell, I can type a number, second cell I can type text, then the third cell I can type text and number, then it allows anything. Then I can also have symbols there, anything goes. But cell B, I want to format cell B into number format. So it means everything I type here will be treated as a number, unless in cases where that are not applicable. That's why we even have some decimal places here. But if you don't want the decimals, of course, you can go here and make these whole numbers. Then I'm going to make cell C currency. Now currency means whichever I type there will be treated as money. Whatever I type there will be treated as money. Let me first extend this column. And the default currency symbol is dollars, unless you of course go to this section and change the sign as we saw earlier. But since I formatted this column to be under currency column, everything that I type there, every number that I type there will be treated as currency. Then under D, we can have accounting. Accounting is not very different from currency, so it means everything I type there will be treated also as currency, or except where you go and change the type of currency. Dollar is the default symbol, but you can go and change here the sign that you want, as we saw in previous video. Then we can have this as time. So every number I type here will be treated as time. So the moment I click enter to go away, it can't be finished. Okay. So then every number I type here will be converted into time, the appropriate time. Everything I type there will be treated as time. Then you don't have to choose a whole column. You can even just select a segment of cells, maybe from here to here. Then you come and say, I want everything there to be taken as a percentage. So everything I type here will be taken as a percentage. Every number that I type here will be taken as a percentage. Let's say this, let's say this, and this. So everything will be treated as a percentage. Then I can also have a different, let me format this into, what else is there? A fraction. Now a fraction, again, every number I type there will be treated as a fraction. So these are whole numbers. But how about if I type decimals? Let's say 0.5 will be converted into a half. If I say 0. Something, some random number, the moment I click enter, it will be converted into a fraction. Then 0.8 etc. Then if I type a whole number, so they will be converted into the closest fraction that they can be. So if I type here, let me type a whole number for something. The moment I press enter, this is a 34 whole number and 2/3. So this is how this will become. Let me type another one like 45 point any random number. The moment I click enter, it will become 45 whole number and 3/4. So that is how the text will be converted. So in case you're working with text and everything that you type into the cells is converted to something that you don't desire, you come and check this section. What type are you dealing with? What type of text are you dealing with? What type of text that the column you're typing in is dealing with? So the last thing that we're going to look at is you can even have scientific notation. Scientific notation means everything that typed there will be converted into scientific notation. So in case you find that you're typing in a cells and then you realize that things are converted into things that you don't understand, you have to check this section here. Then what else is there? The other one is text. Now text means everything you type here will be treated as text. So it means that in case you use these figures here, although I'm typing them as numbers, but if you use them as figures in your calculations to relate with other columns, you may get undesirable feedback because they are treated as text. So to make them numbers, you have to come back here and then set them as numbers. So you can align them any way you want, etc. So here you can use them to make calculations. So I'm going to remove this one. Yeah. Then another thing that you can have, okay, that is all we have. Then there are things that to take note of. It is important that you first format the cells that you're working with into the right format before typing there anything. For example, let me type here number, let's say 45. If I actually meant 45%, but then I come after this, I come and I change this. Assuming maybe I remember, I want to make this a percentage format. Then you come here and say percent. It will just multiply whatever is there by 100, which is not our intention. Let me use this sheet here. Now, for example, I made this table and made these percentages. This in my head are percentages, 78%, 79%. But if maybe you decide to change all these columns into percentage, everything here will be multiplied by 100, which is not what we want. So what do? We have to convert these things into the format we want before actually typing there anything. So I'm going to press Ctrl undo. So that is what I meant. That is the problem you can get if you first type there your values, then afterwards you change the cell to a certain format. So you first have to change the format before typing there anything. So that is briefly how we work with the number formats in Microsoft Excel.